I know we're going to open this up for questions in a minute, but what about human rights in Vietnam? How do you see that changing since it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago? And certainly, particularly about religious rights.
You mentioned that you haven't been to Vietnam, right?
Not yet, but I'm still waiting for your invitation.
Yes, and I know that some of you in this room have been to Vietnam, and you have seen a lot of changes in Vietnam, especially since 1975 until now. And one thing may not be changed. That is our commitment to the protections of human rights in Vietnam. If you look at the policies of Vietnam, our policies is always focusing on the betterment of the living standard of the people. And also, along with that is the rights of the people. So that is our commitment to that. Of course, there is a different approach to the human rights. That's why every year we have conducted many dialogues with different countries, including the United States, on the issues of human rights.
Well, how about diplomacy overseas? You know, with the United States, we've obviously used a lot of our missions
This is
to
the
try to
biggest,
increase human rights and peace overseas. China, you know, stays away from that as much as they can. Where do you see Vietnam going on that?
As I mentioned, that there is a different kind of approach to human rights, and nowadays many Vietnamese, what we call the overseas Vietnamese, return to Vietnam for visiting their friends, their families, and for doing business. And of course, one part of the communities still not yet returned to Vietnam, because you know that we had a war in Vietnam, and there still exists the misunderstanding or even the hatred. So that can give the reasons why some of them have not come home yet. But we welcome all of them to come back home and to discuss. We are open.
And then the last, given what we're talking about, certainly about the growth of the economy especially, and what you're doing to raise that, do you still consider Vietnam to be a communist country, capitalist country, a balance between the two, significantly different than it was before?
Mm-hmm. It's a tough question. We had the party, the Communist Party. As I mentioned in my paper, we have just held the 11th National Party Congress, and we adopted what we call the market economy, because it's suitable for the development of Vietnam. But we still continue to be a communist country, as the name of the Vietnam State, a Social Republic of Vietnam.
So certainly a name.
Well, still also inside.
All right, thank you very much. If obviously open up.